that uppercut, leave you laid out on the floor. Try to duck and roll, hit and miss, now you counting stars. Should've practiced more, should've hit the mask, get out there more. Claim that you're the best. You gotta show me, son. Actions over words, baby boy. Is you real or what? Talking way too much, world come. Back sports, talking way too much, world come. Back sports, talking way too much, world come. Back sports,
First in the building, Cooking with Surf Senior on deck. I see what's good. Salute to everyone. Let me give it time, man. The clock is always tick-tocking. You know what I'm saying? The WCS is always rocking. I got to wait for the room to fill up a little bit. Got some good news, especially to keep driving in the nostrils of these snotty boys that's out here crying every day, trying to put every blame on Crawford. If you're going to spend time on this topic, speak on something of nutritional value. You know what I'm saying? We're getting tired of then all the whining and pouting, poking the lip out. I don't have enough funds in the bank to buy adult pacifiers. Come on, man. Shout out to Smoke Session Sports and Entertainment in the building. What's good with it, bro? Salute to you on deck. On deck. Yes, sir. I had to flip-flop the topic just back and forth because I was trying to massage some, when you steadily out here being a tribal member, and you throwing spears, you know what I'm saying, and you hitting your target, you got to make sure that you continue to make it rain. You know what I'm saying? So every time they step out and try to talk about this subject, they look up. Okay, it's all clear. Okay. WCS, man, he ain't on right now. He ain't on. Okay, all right. We good. Then just when they take that step, bing, ouch. It hit you right there in that artery. You know what I'm saying? It just hit you right there in that artery. For real. Man. Big shout out to Toby Bartlett in the building. Salute WCS in the chat. We're global, baby. We're global. It's time to fry. The grease is hot and we got plenty of fish. Man, you better know it. Every one of them emojis that you have in there getting cooked right now. We're gonna put a lot of stuff to rest, man, because look, I tried my best to explain and help people understand that we have an epidemic that's going on right now. You know what I'm saying? Or should I say a baby-demic? We have a baby-demic going on. You know what I'm saying? We have an emotional demic. We have individuals that choose not to speak on their favorite fighter, but speak on their unfavorable fighter, not knowing everything there is to know about what they actually arguing about. We're going to put some things to rest today. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the soldiers that be dropping that info behind the scene. I appreciate y'all, man. I appreciate y'all. Real talk. I appreciate the ones be dropping that info from behind the scenes. Shout out to MD, man. Salute to you for this one. You know what I'm saying? I just want to bring this, to the front of the class, so we can have an open discussion about this. Open discussions are very healthy. You learn a lot. See, a lot of cats don't want to be educated. You know what I'm saying? But when you have intelligent minds educating one another, everybody chooses to grow. You know what I'm saying? It's not that difficult. It's not that difficult, man. You just got to have the mindset, the open mindset to be taught. Not only just be taught, but to listen also to the information that's out there. My thumbnail says Terrence Crawford, 2 windows of opportunity, 147 and 168. Now, I'm going to tell you straight up and down. Terrence Crawford versus Errol Spence is going down 147 pounds, right? But I know you heard that already. Okay, I know you heard that. But let me get back to the chat. I know you heard that, but I'm about to give you another layer that's gonna put the rest to all the crybabies out there. You know what I'm saying? I'm starting to enjoy, the social media aspect, because there's a lot of areas that you think when you covered a lot of areas and you ain't, because so many people are using their platforms, so many people are creating their platforms, and you don't know. You know what I'm saying? You don't know everybody that's out there, but you find out. It don't matter. What's good? What up, WCS in the chat? What up with it? Salute to you, brother. Shaw News, the Sauce Experience, aka Showtime Shaw. Big shout out to him and Blunts was having a colleague discussion. That is how you grow, and that is how you get certain things, figured out. You know what I'm saying? That's how it works in life. But you have to be able to have those dialogues, you know what I'm saying, and transfer information, fact check, do all those types of things. But Fire Live, man, Shaw News, the Sauce Experience, aka Showtime Shaw in the building. Big Blunts and Boxing the GOAT on deck. You know what I'm saying? Very fun educational clash that I witnessed. I started to step in as if I was Harvey Doc, and then I said, no, they got it. They got it, man. You know what I'm saying? I stepped back. I started to then turn into Lawrence Cole. I started to say, stop. But I said, okay, no, I'm gonna let the shit play out, because it might be some very important info of jousting that was going on back and forth. You know what I'm saying? Who's right, who's wrong? You know what I'm saying? The debates just don't happen on the panel, behind the scene, in the alleyways. You know what I'm saying? They be throwing hands. Pop, 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 pop. Goddamn voice files be passing and freaking text be passing. Hey, dog, stop playing, man. Stop playing, dog. WJ Luckett in the building, man. What's good? Okay, let's get down to the nitty gritty hitty. So my thumbnail is pretty much putting it out there that Terrence Crawford has 2 windows of opportunity. Both of these windows are going to make him a substantial amount of money, right? At 147 pounds, he is set to face Errol Spence Jr. near the end of the year, okay? So Errol Spence Jr., if you don't know, he was 28-0 heading in there with Crawford. And the whole backstory to these guys, it's never ending. But what we can clearly talk and speak about is the fact that the results were absolutely in favor of Terrence Crawford, who ended the fight in the 9th round. Now we are at a point where legacy comes into play for Terrence Crawford. Per the contract, selectively, he was able to choose which division he was going to fight in. So from what I've been able to experience with my own earlobes, you know what I'm saying, with the vibration that was actually, making them shimmer a little bit, because all I heard was this right here. It was just whining going on. And me being older, 30, 31, having a little bit more experience than most with racing kids, I actually thought to myself, dang, should I go over there and be a caregiver, you know what I'm saying, to these aerosexuals, or should I just let them soak in their snot? And I picked number 2. I chose to just let them be snotty boys, snot all over their freaking clothes and everything, and continue to blow snot bubbles all day because they just don't get it. Now, what I did make clear was that Bud Crawford is absolutely fighting Errol Spence at 147 pounds. So what the Snotty Boys has been speaking on is the fact that Errol Spence has done so much previously. I just heard another live stream talking about the concessions that Errol Spence made, and how he went against the grain with his people to make this fight happen and everything. And look, we understand that business sometimes require certain people that's really the most important entities in the business to make command decisions. If they're willing to make command decisions, they need to get with their team to make sure those command decisions are what? Beneficial to the deal. That's what Errol Spence did. That's what Crawford did. But I want you all to listen to this audio. It's going to put to bed everything that these snotty boys has been talking about. Because every time you turn around, they tell me, Spence, he been. You know, that's all you hear. Crying. Okay? Understand one thing, right? Understand one thing. It's as simple as this. There are some areas of the contract that we wasn't privy to. I say this all the time. Man, from the outside looking in, it don't matter how long your lens, you still won't be able to zoom in close enough to hear what's going on and see what's on that contract unless it's brought out to the public. You know what I'm saying? Documentation beats conversation. But due to the social media, they always believing that they have some type of sources that's providing them criteria off the documentation. That is all cap. That is all cap. So in this particular case, it was information that was placed out there that Errol Spence made all the concessions, and Crawford was trying to weight drain him. You aerosexuals, tune into this. Tune into this, you aerosexuals. I only got 19. I know it's more aerosexuals out there. Randy, what's good with it? What's good with it, Randy? How you feeling? Yes, sir. Shout out to Adrian Clark, man, getting the deal done. You know what I'm saying? Reiterating the important areas of the contract that may have been absent of certain information needed to make this deal worthwhile for both fighters, especially Errol Spence, because from what I heard, Errol Spence got paid very, very well. But as I continue to, hop on my two-wheel, you know what I'm saying, motor vehicle, and one time it through these YTC streets, in the process of wheeling down certain boulevards, I'm still witnessing, and hearing information being put out there that's not true. And they're saying that Crawford is purposely bringing Errol Spence back down to 147. I heard those two people, I forgot what it's two females. I forgot it. It's queens or something. But they was putting out false information. You know what I'm saying? They was pretty much, insinuating that they was gonna start false rumors on Terrence Crawford if he didn't fight Errol Spence at 154. Not so much they, but one half. Okay, but the other one agreed. So I have to throw them in there too. They are willing to go above and beyond what is required to sabotage any type of character this man may have on the YTC. But look, I believe Crawford is I know Crawford is stronger than that. And this is only the beginning. But what they keep on saying is that Crawford is doing this because he don't want to give Errol Spence a benefit to fight at 154 above the weight class that he said he's outgrown. So let's get down to the nitty gritty. And this is going to break some hearts. This is going to break some hearts. Let me know if y'all hear this or not.
Fight time when me and him fight. But all in all, I'm getting my respect.
Yeah. So I see that Errol Spence exercised the rematch clause. Is there any details that you can really talk about that? I mean, is the fight gonna happen? Are you gonna fight him next, you think, or are you looking at other options?
Well, yeah, he exercises rematch, and that's the fight that should supposed to happen next. So we shall see, how negotiations go and how everything go. We posted a fight in December, and yeah, I'm back in training.
Are you thinking about doing it at the 154-pound weight class? Or are you going to stick to the rematch at 47, which is where it should be because that's where it happened?
Well, the contract states that either one or the other got to notify, in writing that he no longer can make the weight. If not, then the fight will be at 47. So the contract states that it have to go at 47 since neither I or Errol notified each other stating that we couldn't make the weight anymore.
Bomb Squad!
So over the years, I've been doing this podcast now 3 years, and I've been trying to tell everybody, Terrence Crawford ain't ducking nobody. Like, he's just not. Like, and honest, to be fair, I don't think Errol Spence was ducking you either. I think he always wanted to fight you. I just think the promoters in the business, Terrence Crawford ain't ducking nobody.
Each other stating that we can be 7. So the contract states that it have to go at 47 since neither I or Errol notified each other stating that we couldn't make the weight anymore.
So I got a question.
Notify each other stating that we couldn't make the weight anymore. It's that it have to go at 47 since neither I or Errol notified each other stating that we couldn't make the weight anymore. Notify each other stating that we couldn't make the weight anymore. It's that it have to go at 47 since neither I or Errol notified each other stating that we couldn't make the weight anymore.
Did y'all hear that? Did everyone hear that? Did y'all hear what Terrence Crawford just said? Did y'all hear what he just said? That per the contract, if either fighter could not make 147, they need to notify the other party that they cannot make 147. Then they'll take it from there. Did y'all hear what Terrence Crawford said? No. I did that after that. So it don't matter. Said it. It pretty much was audible. The audible was clear. You know what I'm saying? And shout out to MD for dropping that jewel. Did y'all hear that? Maybe I need to go back because that was extremely important. Extremely important, bro. That was extremely important. Y'all need to hear that. That debunks all this that Crawford is holding up Spence from fighting at 154, a weight class that's considered more healthier to him and life itself, just because they are desperately seeking some type of redemption. No, you continue to talk shit and not know the facts, bro. Let's go back into it. Let's dive back into it one more time. You know what I'm saying? I'm all about fish hooking nostrils. You know what I'm saying? And they need more airway, you know what I'm saying, to get that mucus up out of there. Listen now. Listen.
So I got a question for you. I was trying.
The contract states that it have to go at 47 since neither I or Errol notified each other stating that we couldn't make the weight anymore.
So to you, snotty boys, did you just hear what your king has just said to you, snotty boys? He said, per the contract, neither fighter notified the other to signify that they could not make the 147-pound limit. Due to what we have experienced and heard over the past several weeks, there have been false information passed, once again, defaming Terrence Crawford as to say that he wants Errol Spence to fight at 147 pounds and be weight trained. Terrence Crawford has just said, per the contract, that if there was a problem with the weight, okay, 147 pounds or whatever, the fighter needs to make the other aware, fully aware. And I know the Snotty Boys is not too good with comprehension. We're talking about special ed type accountability here. Hold the hands of the student in front of you to go to the bathroom. You know what I'm saying? To go to lunch, to go to their recess. I understand that some of them are still reeling from those moments back in the day. But I'm trying to explain to you that Crawford said per the contract that if any fighter could not make 147 pounds, for which he is currently the reigning, defending, undisputed welterweight world champion 2 times, right? They need to get on the horn and let their counterpart know. So then they can talk about arrangements as to when the next fight's going to be. Now, what they're going to say is, well, what about? Well, what about? Well, what about? The information per the sources saying that Crawford wanted this amount of money at 154 and he couldn't get it. And all of a sudden he's coming out with this false information. Look, y'all are the ones that keep on talking about documentation beat conversation, right? And y'all continue to speak on how Errol Spence did all this concessions and all this stuff and went against. Look, that's grown man shit. That's grown man stuff. You are the type of dudes that make me cringe, man. Because you might be out here actually in charge of households. And Lord knows, if a kid is up there listening to what you have to say, that kid is being led by the blind. You know what I'm saying? If that is how you're walking through life, then I'm curious to know, do you even have any type of, remorse as far as to the product that you're putting out here in society? You have to think to yourself, if Errol Spence is standing up as a man and getting with the team, he had to bring in Adrian Clark to pretty much clear some areas up business-wise. And he felt that it was conducive to him to go along with this agreement that he made prior to July 29th, which people always talking about. It's a business, right? This is a freaking business. So if you do good business, you get paid good money in certain cases. And that was the case for both Crawford and Spence. Was it not? Was it not? Was it not? Real talk, was it not? We haven't even heard anything from Spence, so you know he living well. Crawford just said he's back in training camp. Now, he's back in training camp in September, y'all. I love when people always coming over here telling me it's cap, it's fake news. This man say he was back in training camp. Why is he in training camp in September? That means they must be planning for the fight to be in December, bro. Why would he be in training camp right now if he was having the fight in January, February? That's too far out. You get burnt out. He say he's back in training camp. It's September. So they have about 86 to 88 days. If we're talking about fighting in December, before Christmas, I think the last weekend before Christmas, if I'm not mistaken, would be December 16th, I think. Let me see. Yeah, before the Christmas weekend, December 16th. That falls on a Saturday. So either it's going to be on the 9th or the 16th. I don't know. I'm just guessing. But I know it's not going to be on the 23rd. That's the weekend before Christmas. And why would they do that? And then the 30th falls on a Saturday. You know what I'm saying? The 31st is on a Sunday. Could be on the 30th. Who knows? But all I know is Spence and Crawford himself said that he's back in training camp. Crawford is back in training camp once again. So with all the hot grease that I am pouring on their head, I'm telling you, you aerosexuals, once again, instead of you being online full time, you need to try to have people to send you gems to get you ahead of the game so you can start going out here pushing the same narrative all the time. You need to get over there in Texas and see if this man's in training camp so he can make weight again. Because if he come in here running on fight week, in the heels on fight week again, I'm going to blame y'all. I'm going to lay off Diddy James because Diddy James already know, what his schedule's like. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to blame y'all because y'all spending too much time not thinking about the prize. But that's what Crawford said. So one half of my thumbnail is going to be Spence. The second half is going to be Canelo. We're going to get to that a little later. But he's about to go back in there and fight Errol Spence. That's if Errol Spence takes the fight. You know what I'm saying? That's if Errol Spence take the fight. And why wouldn't he take the fight? It's good money. It's good money. Plus, he needs to take the fight. He needs to appear back in front of the cameras and let his aerosexual fan base know how he's doing after the fight. Because he's disappeared. Crawford said he's back in training camp again. I'm telling you, snotty boys, you need to help Errol Spence get back in training camp because Crawford is already in camp. Let's listen to some more of this unbreaking news, okay? And once again, shout out to MD Mills, man, for the goddamn drop, shouty, man. Come on.
So I got a question for you. I was trying to, so over the years, I've been doing this podcast now 3 years, and I've been trying to tell everybody, Terrence Crawford ain't ducking nobody. Like, he's just not. Like, and honest, to be fair, I don't think Errol Spence was ducking you either. I think he always wanted to fight you. I just think the promoters and the business kind of got in the way. Do you think because you left Bob Arum, that fight finally happened because of we kind of got the promoters out of the way a little bit?
Yeah, for sure, for sure. I 100% believe that if it wasn't for me, myself, and Errol Spence talking on the phone and really wanting to be great and have a big legacy fight for each other, then the fight would have never came to fruition. I feel as if the promoters, they in it to have leverage and control over everything. So when you look at PBC, Arrow had 3 belts. They had 3 belts over there, and they wanted 100% control, and they didn't want to work with Tyrone. So there was nothing that I can do at that point in time to make them fight me. So once I left Top Rank, then I went to the drawing board, and then I came to the table, and I tried to get the fight made in December or before December of last year. It didn't come to fruition because of negotiation reasons. So I took the fight with Avanesian.
I just want to say great choice taking the fight with Avanesian because you did not basically extend your stay or overstay your welcome in negotiations, being that was the first time that you was trying to basically venture off into that area, not being fully experienced. You know what I'm saying? There was so many rumors out there that Crawford, that, you had this person, that you had an attorney on your team that you never met, this and that, and they was making fun of the situation. But ultimately, you did not put yourself in a predicament where you was going to take an L even before you went in there to your next fight. What I mean by taking the L is going out here negotiating in bad faith like they always said you did. But it was good that you wasn't afraid to relieve yourself and go elsewhere, and being able to have a fight in your hometown and take care of another top-notch opponent and get another win under your belt prior to going back into negotiations and giving Errol Spence a call at the top of 2023 to let him know, hey, are you going to spin the block or not? Let's get this fight made. Let's go. So I remember people saying he was negotiating in bad faith and all that, but I guess they're not saying that anymore, huh? Or are they? They're going to continue to say Bud Crawford negotiating in bad faith because somehow the B side B stands for a lot of words that people don't agree with. I mean, I wouldn't say agree with, that people tend to use when they're not having their way. You know what I'm saying? They feel bothered. They feel that Crawford was bad for business. You know what I'm saying? Bitter. You know what I'm saying? Buster. They just come up with all these B words. They've called him a bitch. You know what I'm saying? And when it comes down to what he's been able to do in this last fight with Errol Spence giving him all these concessions, it's hard for me to think that he was even the B side. And then some people even been on record saying that he was getting 50%, 50-50, something they said that man will never get. He didn't deserve 50-50. All these damn snotty boys out here saying that he'll never get 50-50. And from what it seems like, those percentages was up there damn near close or not equal to 50-50. And if you want to talk about A side, B side, no one can sit up here and explain if the actions that has been put out already, that Errol Spence made perfectly public, made the public aware of, that he gave the concessions. That's not B-side type treatment. That's not B-side side treatment right there. You're giving concessions, $1 million+ concessions to make the fight, and then you have all these Errol Sextons out here just mad and angry that Errol gave concessions. You all are not on the team. Y'all are not on any teams. You know what I'm saying? Just like Shaw News would say, what team are you on? You all are not on the team. We're not talking about YouTube teams. We're talking about what team are you on to pretty much give your input on what Errol should and should not do.
And at that particular time, I came back and I started back the negotiations, and me and Errol started talking. He was trying to duck me. I'm gonna just say that he was listening to the people that he paid to do the work that they supposed to do for him. So when you're looking at, somebody that's letting someone control their career, and they not controlling their own career, and they stepping forth and telling they boss, like, well, he's really the boss. They telling their advisor or their promoter, like, look, this is why I want to fight, and I don't want to fight them other guys. Then, you ducking by default because you want the fight, but they telling you, no, we can go here, we can do this, we don't need that fight, you can fight somebody else. But if it's about the money, then you go with the money. But if it's about legacy in this person that you really feel like you can beat, and that he's the other guy in the division, then you go out there and make the fight happen. And that's what he actually did when the time came around.
So now have you noticed? I've been following on Twitter a little bit too. Have you noticed now that you're on top? I mean, to be fair, man, you were always on top, but you weren't getting those big name blockbuster type of fights. But I think now, do you notice how all these people are calling you out that never called you out before? Do you notice that now?
Yeah, for sure. I took to Twitter and I gave a lot of people my input on things. Like, when I was coming up to the division, I called everybody out. And everybody say, "Oh, well, you ain't fighting nobody," and that's not true. When you look at Benavidez, it was a good challenge.
It was a great fight, man.
Yeah, like he definitely ain't no fucking walkover by far. Well, I beat the man that beat the man. Then you got Mean Machine. I was just saying, like, and everybody eyes, everybody bums now. If
Hear what he said? The champ say, in their eyes, everybody bums. In their eyes, everybody bums. But listen, it's one name that they're not going to ever say out their mouth that's a bum, and that's going to be the one that's talking now. Hey, they can say whatever they want to say. You know what I'm saying? They can continue to why, bitch, and cry and moan to my, oh man, he does this, but they're not gonna say he a bum. They might say it out of spite just because I'm saying that they'll never say he's a bum. They'll say it out of spite. But truth be told, they're not gonna say that Crawford is a bum. You know what I'm saying? They're not gonna say that man's a bum. The reason why they're not gonna say that is because in order for them to basically put that tag on you, or try to make you wear that jacket, they have to have some type of proof or evidence. And prior to that, they was up here saying this man was fighting nothing but bums until he finally split the ropes and went in there and defeated the guy and pretty much made him look like he was a bum. I'm gonna be honest with you. He made him look like he was a bum, like he wasn't supposed to be there. Like it was so much hype behind this guy and he can barely stand up. You know what I'm saying? But they put it off on weight drain. Guess what? If you felt that Spencer's weight drain July 29th, well, I hope you're not on vacation in December. And please don't go anywhere the Wi-Fi is fucked up. I want you to be where the Wi-Fi is absolutely solid. I'm talking about you got bars all the way up. You know what I'm saying? Your shit is crystal clear. You know what I'm saying? It's no processing circle, none of that, man. You're able to communicate. I want you to be in an area where you can watch this fight again. Now, if you're in attendance, you don't need Wi-Fi, right? But peep this out. He say he's in fight camp. He says he's in fight camp already. That's bad news. Because we haven't heard Spence say he was going to disappear off the map, but I don't know if he's disappearing and going to a private freaking evening at all you can eat crab shack. And you know what I'm saying? I don't know where he's at. Has he been spotted besides that little view, that little cameo that happened with the Black Israelite? I mean, has he been spotted yet? Is he back from Africa? Because he say he was taking pops to Africa. Is he back from Africa? Because I don't want you all to think that it's not your responsibility to help this man get back in training camp. It's your responsibility because you need that. If you're going through this emotional breakdown, you need to get that man back in training camp. He needs to be able to make this way to 147. He needs to.
If they don't know the guy, you know, and then when I fight Kell Brook and he say he had the best, in the best shape of his life, you know, coming off of 3 wins. He's not coming off of a knockout loss with an injury or in a high weight. And I knock him out, I stop him, then it's an excuse, you know, and then, but before the fight, it was all he's going to beat me. He was too big. He was this, he was that. Same way with Sean Porter. Yep. You know, Sean Porter, you know, did what he did with Errol, and everybody wanted to gauge how he was going to do with me. And once I stopped Sean Porter and his dad threw in the towel, everybody, all Sean Porter washed up. He's not the same fighter no more, this and that and this. And when I fought Avanesian, he was ranked number 6 in the whole division. Yep. So he's a bum. You know, I'm like, come on, man. Like this dude then beat whole Shane Mosley. Like, you know what I mean? Yep. Like this dude then, you know, went tooth and nails with fucking Lamont Peterson. Like, come on, man. Like the things that these people say, they have no knowledge of these things. They just, you know, go along with the narrative, what people that's trying to tarnish my reputation is putting out. So they just go along with it. Like, oh, he not fighting nobody, this and that, and I say, oh, okay, well, I ain't fighting nobody. I'm just making them look like nobody then.
You know, and
I just tells how good I am.
Exactly right. And that's honestly, Terrence, when I started this podcast, is kind of why I started it, because I seen the major media and a lot of those guys ain't never even been in a boxing ring in their life. And they're writing about guys in the boxing ring. So like, I was like, you know what? Like, I've been in the ring with a lot of these guys. I want to start talking about these guys because just like you said, as soon as you beat somebody, all of a sudden they're trash. And that's not how it is. That's not how it works. Like you beat some high level dudes that weren't just, you know, bums. They weren't bums. Like it's crazy how they discredited you for all that. But regardless, I think that helped probably fuel you. That helped fuel you a lot more to prove them wrong. But also, did you actually ever really do you read that stuff before a fight, or do you wait till after a fight to see it? Or I know you're human, like we see some of this stuff, but how much of it do you actually see?
I'm not here to go through the whole interview, but I will revisit an area.
Errol Spence was ducking you either. I think he always wanted to fight you. So I got
Exercises rematch, and that's the fight that should supposed to happen next.
Okay.
But all in all, I'm getting my respect.
Yeah. So I see that Errol Spence exercised the rematch clause. Is there any details that you can really talk about that? I mean, is the fight gonna happen? Are you gonna fight him next, do you think, or are you looking at other options?
Well, yeah, he exercises rematch, and that's the fight that should supposed to happen next. So we shall see, how negotiations go and how everything go. We posted a fight in December, and yeah, I'm back in training.
Well, well, well. You know what I'm saying? When you listen to that audio, it says a lot. It really does. It says a lot. Mainly the audio that I just played and what I played in the beginning, previously to me, highlighting it. It says a lot because it pretty much states that not only did Errol Spence activate his rematch clause, there was another stipulation where if a fighter couldn't make 147, the current weight that the Terrence Crawford is champion, to have this rematch, then they should make the other party aware. No phone calls was made. Aerosexuals, no phone calls was made. Snotty boys, no phone calls was made. Snotty boys. No phone call was made from Spence to Crawford. He say the fight is supposed to happen. At this point in time, no one from Team Spence has said that the fight isn't happening. Why would Crawford say he's in training camp if the fight isn't happening? It's happening, y'all. The fight is happening. The fight has happened this year. Why would he want to get in training camp so early if the fight is happening in 2024? Why? It makes no sense at all. It makes no sense at all. If the fight is happening in 2024, it makes no sense for him to be in training camp this early. It makes no sense at all, period. Once again, I repeat, if Terrence Crawford is in training camp as we speak, it makes no point of him starting up a camp this early if the fight isn't going to be at the end of this year. I don't know if I need to put it up in subtitles or bring out old flashcards with neon green and yellow on the outline and wave them around on camera. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if I need to send out an old school antiquated SOS signal to better, put it up in the sky and send the message that way. Use Morse code. I'm not sure what method of communication that you want me to use. I can find a payphone. You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure it's one or two within 1,000-mile radius to basically get in contact with the correct party to get this message out. But he say he's in training camp. He said that Errol Spence did not contact him and say he wouldn't be able to make 147 pounds. So I'm asking you all, are you still confused? Because you all keep passing it off like Terrence Crawford is preventing Errol Spence fight at 154. No, there's contractual, stipulations that's in this language. It's documented. So therefore, they're going to fight at 147 pounds. And he's going to have to deal with it. And he's going to have to get into camp and make it happen. You know what I'm saying? He's going to have to get into camp and make it happen. And he need all you snotty nose freaking boxing fans out there that's in that community to goddamn encourage him. You know what I'm saying? To get him ready to be there. You know what I'm saying? Please. Let me go through this chat right quick. Randy said, this is still shocking news. This is shocking news. WCS, this clip is going to hurt a lot of people. Yes, it is, man. I put the, I put the clip in there to the interview, and it was with weighing in with Travis Hartman. All right, weighing in with Travis Hartman. And this particular video is only sitting at 314 views, in which it should be at 3,014 views, because it seems like every day you have people on here passing off narratives, whether he's cheating and all that. The fight is going on. There's no suspensions on the side of Terrence Crawford. You feel me? There's no suspensions on the side of Terrence Crawford. That's all I'm saying. There's no suspension on the side of Terrence Crawford, bro. But right now, based off what he just told Travis, that nobody from Team Spence called up his people to say that he couldn't make the fight. Now, the good part about you snotty boys out there, right? One thing you can assure that WCS is going to help you along, right? That's what I'm here to do. Sometimes I don't mind babysitting adults. Errol Spence comes off suspension the 28th of this month. All right. That doesn't mean he can't get into training camp until that means he comes off suspension and he has to go through the necessary, procedures once he come off suspension and all that. But his suspension concludes the 28th of this month. I just thought I'll let you know. And then if some of you have not been paying close attention, the reason why he is on suspension to begin with is the fact that he was the victim at the T-Mobile massacre, delegated at the hands of Terrence Crawford. Due to him being the victim, he did pick up an L. He went in there with 28 victories, 0 defeats, but yet once the Harvey Doc stopped the fight, that did register him his first loss, with that first loss being a knockout. Okay. I just wanted to make that perfectly and soundly, and as I possibly could. Okay. Big Blunts, I got earplugs in. They're going to say that you made this audio using AI. That was a clone, Crawford, in that interview. Well, I put the link of this guy in the chat to cite his video. Once again, his channel name is Weighing In with Travis Hartman. Okay, Weighing In with Travis Hartman. That's who you can cite. And once again, shout out to MD Mills for dropping that gem on the back end. I appreciate you. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate the ones who go above and beyond. You know what I'm saying? Blunts be dropping me info. You know what I'm saying? Shaw News. What's the other guy? Then I keep on Don Vaughn. So that means we are getting 147 rematch. EJ obviously has no problem with it based on this clip. Randy, yes, you're absolutely correct, though, in your interpretation of what was just played. Absolutely. Crawford is saying that it's a go. It's a green light. You did hear him speak once he was asked, so the fight is taking place this year, and Crawford mentioned that, yes, it's supposed to. Right? So one half of this thumbnail is the fact that Crawford is going to be fighting at 147 pounds. And he's going to make a pretty good bag. That's if Spence don't bow out and say, I'm out. You know what I'm saying? But ultimately, at the beginning of everything, Terrence Crawford had 2 windows of opportunity. He has a fight at 147 pounds, and he has a fight at 168 pounds. He has that opportunity. He has that avenue. 2 avenues. Yes, sir. But I'm hoping, in the meanwhile, that he's able to get this fight at 147 pounds with Spence. Well, I mean, hopefully Spence can get into training camp and make this happen. Shout out to True Media Today, USA Boxing. What's good with it? For sure, WCF. Salute, fam. Salute to you, fam. What's good with it? Some of these aerosexual channels be speaking on old, unimportant topics. Respectfully, they need to focus on Spence and 147 pounds or moving on. Absolutely concur. You know what I'm saying? They are speaking on antiquated topics, clandestine. You know what I'm saying? You know, it's becoming banal at this point where they continue to speak about BLK Prime. BLK Prime is a distant memory. It's in the rearview mirror. We're talking about bigger and better things in 2023. They still talking about freaking gloves. They're talking about, you know what I'm saying, Crawford negotiating and walking away, and what could have happened if Errol Spence fought last year. You're doing yourself a disservice, man. But if you have the dummies in your chat that's willing to wear dunce caps and listen to you talk this old, crusty, stale media type reporting, then that's them. That's them. If they have the herd mentality to go around here and just push narratives in a circle all the time, you know, not understanding there are wolves out there on the outskirts that's on the hunt, then cool. Cool, man. Continue to suffer. It's fine with me. You know, continue to talk about Everlast gloves, man. Y'all didn't put this much energy when Tyson Fury situation was going on with Deontay Wilder. Y'all didn't do this, but stand on topic. If you're going to continue to accuse this man of cheating, I would rather you just go back and say he ain't fought nobody. For real. I'm talking about right here, right now. I'd rather you just look at his resume and say, you know, I'm looking at his resume, he ain't fought nobody. And then, you know what's going to send a red flag and say, well, he got Spence on there. You know that. Yeah, but that wasn't the real Spence. That was Errol Spence, but that wasn't Errol Spence. Then that would bring up enough people to debate. Are you know what I'm saying, competent to have that discussion? You understand? I say they're talking bullocks. Yeah, they're talking rubbish, man. They're talking absolute rubbish. You know what I'm saying? They're talking absolute rubbish. It continues to infect and pollute and contaminate these airwaves because they just don't want to let it go. You know what I'm saying? This man is about to step in there with Spence, whether you like it or not, bro. You know, you aerosexuals, y'all need to get a new freaking hobby. Going out here is I know it seems fun to you, but it's not. It doesn't seem like it's your, you know, it's your lane, so to speak. Because you just don't want to accept the fact that Errol Spence was in the ring that night. You want to try to convince the people that wasn't him. But the damning reality is what I just played you. The damning reality is that if this fight was going to be at 154, Errol Spence should have contacted Crawford and let him know, informed his people. That wasn't the case. So we're done with that shit. We're done. Stop talking about it. We're done. If you continue to act like, you know, Bud should do this for Spence, why haven't Spence did it for himself? If Spence was so freaking mad and unsure that he can make 147, why he didn't get in contact with Team Crawford's people that say we can't make the weight? Why? Let's just stop playing the carousel game, man. Just like y'all sitting up here making excuses for Errol, but Errol say I come from a place where we don't make excuses. So if the fighter's not making excuses, why make excuses, bro? Why y'all continue to make excuses? Real talk. Just so you know, man. Taking that BOK Prime fight was smart. He stayed busy, got more business and ring experience, got another win and a big check. I agree, you know. You know what I'm saying? Yes, I agree. I agree. It was a good stay ready fight, stay active, so he won't go on the inactive list of being out the ring for extended period of time. You know what I'm saying? I mean, he got in there and got paid also. He's a prize fighter. A lot of these snotty boys refuse to acknowledge that Terrence Crawford and Errol Spence is a prize fighter on both sides of the spectrum. They are a prize fighter. But the prize to them is they believe that Errol Spence should just shit on Crawford and not give him any of the prize that goes along with competing professionally. They act like this man didn't deserve to get paid for his services. Both fighters are elite fighters on the pound for pound list. But all we heard is he don't deserve this. We give him whatever we want to give him and all that. And in the end, after all that shit talking, which Spence did with video with his girl, he said the shit at the arena. He said it another time. This was continuing to be a reoccurring thing, omnipresence, right? And then he finally came clean on Brian Custon and said, I remember you saying you'll give him anything. 70, 30, 80, 20, 90, 10. Were you serious? When did I say that? You said it. Oh, I was just playing. So Errol came, you know, he admitted that he did say it. First of all, he admitted that he did say it. And then he turned around and made it clear that he was joking. But you know what? The snotty boys continue to talk about it as if Bud Crawford should have got 70, 30, 80, 20. And you know what that's called? Hate. Hate may be a 4-letter word, but you're going to find out a lot of 4-letter word deals with what? Emotion. You know what I'm saying? Behavior. Just look it up. And them short words, ooh, they're sharp. They sharp. Real talk. Them 4-letter words are sharp. Real talk. I ain't gonna lie to you. But you know, I agree with the BOK Prime situation. At least he was able to revert his situation to a different fight when he found out he wasn't able to get that fight in 2022 and get a paycheck. Crawford just tweeted he's moving to heavyweight. Okay, yep, I got that, Blunts. And I was pretty much gonna bring up a situation, a tweet that Crawford put out there earlier, and it said 180. And I'm pretty much thinking that his weight right now is 180. And this is another freaking tank round. This is a freaking tank round. You know what I'm saying? That I'm firing down range. Crawford is saying he's 180. 168, not too far out of reach. So that goes to the second half of my thumbnail about him having two windows of opportunity. One to fight at 147 for a bag, and the next one 168. Canelo in 10 days, I believe it's 10 days, has a fight with Jermell Charlo. So therefore, if Crawford is at 180 right now, he has to drop that weight down to 147. I don't want to hear all the crying and bitching and complaining, because that is around the weight that Spence has been known to elevate. You know what I'm saying? Inflate himself up to in the 180s. So if Crawford is up here saying he's up in the 180s and he has to now cut down prior to December to get down to 147, then what's the whining is about? I think y'all mad that the mindsets are different between Crawford and Spence, bro. Their mindsets are different. Crawford is already in training camp for the fight, and God knows when Spence is going to jump in that. God knows when he's really going to lock in, bro. Even going through what he did at the last minute trying to play catch up, he may just be that stubborn to the fact that he just cannot be proactive to jump in there and get it in and get on weight early and get back on his diet. He may not have the discipline, bro. This man has been on record saying, I love being out of pocket. I love it, brother. I love being out of pocket. And this dude with his team is up here running on fight week. Oh my God. But Terrence say 168 not too far. So just imagine him cutting down from 180 all the way to 147. Just imagine how much weight he has to lose. You understand me? That's over 40 pounds. 57, 67, 77, 87. You know what I'm saying? Give or take, Crawford might be above 80. I know he ain't 180 even. He probably above 180 right now. That's still a lot of weight to lose to get ready for December. Where your man's at? That's all I'm saying. Where's your man's at? Where is he at, bro? Let me see. Where am I at? And if I didn't do it earlier, big shout out to the hottest chat in the MFing game. A-side, A-side, A-side. A-side official, man. You already know. Don't forget it. Shout out to Carlos Rosado in the building. W says salute A-side official. Salute hottest chat in the MFing game. Salute to you. Yes, sir, man. I see you out there. The aerosexual spirit just hit the floor. Now they would cry even more because they didn't get what they wanted for the rematch. They want a lot of things, don't they? You know what I'm saying? They want a lot, don't they? You ever looked at that? They want a lot. They want a lot. They want. And they believe they're going to get by going out here talking shit. You know what I'm saying? They believe that's what's going to happen. They continue to sit up here and talk. You know what I'm saying? And not making any sense, talking about old stuff. I'm glad this audio is out. I'm glad Terrence has put it out there that Errol Spence did not contact them saying he couldn't make 47. So I guess we have a fight at 47 unless Spence pull out. We got a fight at 47, y'all. You know what I'm saying? It seems like we got a fight at 47. Shout out to Smoke Session Sports and Entertainment. Salute to you. Shaw News say Bud is killing the game. The aerosexuals talking about Bud because EJ don't F with them. Hey, you on to something. You on to something. You know what I'm saying? That's why I mentioned that earlier. I'm like, hey, this dude, all you need to do is come out here and speak to your people. Just do one live stream. Just acknowledging that you have some type of LOVE. You know what I'm saying? Just something. Or you can shorten it up and get LUV. Anyway, anyhow, the aerosexuals won't know the difference. You know what I'm saying? They won't know the difference. But look, bro, just come out here and say something to them. They lost right now. They lost. They're a direct representation of you. They're lost. They don't know where to go. And the thing that EJ, you know, I made the thumbnail prior to getting that drop from MD Mills. I made the thumbnail prior to because I just think it's amazing that, you know, you go from a fighter who they were saying haven't fought nobody and he's undeveloped. And who has he fought with those 10 straight knockouts? And he ain't did nothing in his career. And then overnight from July 29th to July 30th, He is a sensation. He's been on multiple podcasts. He's out here letting it be known, intricate details that we wouldn't have found out from anybody else because Errol don't do freaking interviews. You know what I'm saying? But yet they talk so much about Bud, how he don't talk to people, how this. Well, they can't say that no more. Now he's out here. He's giving you content. You know what I'm saying? When he went live that time, way back when he went IG live, they was up here talking about the man was reading off flashcards, right? Now, that's all they talk about. He's the only one out here, the two. He's out here talking, giving insight, all that. But I guess they don't want to tune in because, look, I want to say I lost some friends from that incident, but they was never my friends to begin with if they couldn't accept the fact that we was both betting on our fighter that we was favoring. But your fighter lost, and all of a sudden you go in hibernation. You know what I'm saying? You become secluded, dormant, incubation. I'm saying to myself, damn, it was just a fight. Your fighter lost. Y'all was up here talking about L. You know what I'm saying? Just like, a record skipping L. But he lost. The man that came up out of there, I wouldn't say he was unscathed. You know what I'm saying? Because there was maybe 2 or 3 punches out of 9 rounds that Spence actually landed, right? Crawford levitated to another level right now. So, how close they was on the pound for pound list, that's no more. That's done. It'll never be that way again. It's over. Crawford is separated himself from being in the company of Spence when it comes to that pound for pound list. That's done. That's over. Poof, be gone. Now, my primary focus is attempting to organize a rescue committee for the YTC to get these broken-hearted, emotionally fueled, snotty boys back into a place of health and wellness. That's what I'm trying to do right now. And how I'm going to do that is continue to bring information such as this, because you all are out there blaming Terrence Crawford for all this stuff, but he just said that Errol Spence did not get in contact with him, saying he couldn't make the weight. So they're gonna fight at 147 next. But all I'm hearing each podcast is Terrence Crawford forced Errol Spence back down to 147. That's cap. That's untrue. He didn't force him to do anything. We already know that Bud can't force Spence to do anything because, you know what I'm saying? Spence loved living out of pocket. He's a grown-ass man at the end of the day. He's a grown-ass man. Crawford can't force him to do anything. He didn't force those concessions out of Errol Spence. Y'all sounding like a bunch of babies, man. He didn't force anything. Like, dude, it's called negotiations, man. They're going to go back into negotiations for 147 pounds welterweight. And that's where the fight's going to be, whether you like it or not. And that's going to take care of one half of Terrence Crawford's window. The next window gets a little interesting because this kind of bleeds over to what Blunts and Shaw News was debating this afternoon about next year on potentially what Canelo's move is going to be come 2024. It's going to be very, very interesting because I'm hoping that Crawford can get the shot at Canelo Alvarez, who pretty much can make his own decisions. I hope Crawford is able to get his shot at Canelo Alvarez at a point to be, I'm talking about greater. If I get word, hold on for a second. If I get word that in 2024, we're going to get Crawford Canelo, and I have that to look forward to, I'm hyped. You know what I'm saying? I'm hyped. I'm like, all right, cool. I got this to look forward to in 2024. I'm hyped. And then I hear some rumor mill about some other fights, Teofimo Lopez and Ryan Garcia may potentially, but I'm hyped on that fight. For 2024, I'm hyped. Heading over to 2024, man, we got a big fight. This is the biggest fight in boxing, period. I hope when it comes down to it, Canelo look at it like if he feels that he want to move up multiple weight divisions and fight me after seeing what I did to Jermell Charlo, then let's see it. Because listen, the people gonna want to see it. And look, like I said before, I gave you both sides of the coin. Canelo goes in there and beat Jermell Charlo, they're gonna say, okay, well, all right. We figured somehow that was gonna play out the way it did. If Jermell Charlo goes in there and beat Canelo, then my whole thumbnail goes to shit because Canelo, it gets interesting for him. Canelo picks up his third loss from a guy moving up two weight divisions that nobody thought can go in there and beat him. And that particular guy's mindset is not like anybody that you would think will come down here and entertain Crawford. He won't reach back and say, okay, Crawford, you can fight me in 68. No, he already made it perfectly clear he want to fight Canelo in a rematch. And the fact that he has so much disdain for freaking Crawford, I don't think he'll give him a shot. So that in itself doesn't have anything to do with my thumbnail. It will wash away the right side of it. But my thumbnail was pretty much with the intention of knowing that Canelo is going to go ahead and beat Jermell Charlo. And being that Canelo's mindset is not like Charlo, he may potentially give Crawford his shot. JBZ on deck. What's good? I have to run to the store running out of cornmeal. Yo, you know what I'm saying, JBZ? You know what I'm saying? You're running out of cornmeal, dog. Hey, I got you, man. For real. I got you. You know what I'm saying? You got to have that cornmeal with the fish, man. You got to, bro. You got to, man. Sexuals act like Bud is going to check in with and run things by them before he does whatever he's going to do. Don't he? That's what I don't get, man. That's why I got to question their IQ at the end of the day. I have to question their common sense meter. I have to question a lot of areas that deals with their intellectual headquarters. Something isn't wired correctly. And if it is wired correctly, somehow, some way they're under the influence. You know what I'm saying? A lot of that energy is being redirected somewhere else. It's not giving them good input. You know what I'm saying? The mid part of their brain is for routing, catalog, and mapping, right? Maybe the mid part of their brain is not functioning correctly like it's supposed to. Maybe the mapping process is deficient. Maybe there's an error there. Maybe you need to send a webmaster in there to reconfigure some things and do some troubleshooting to get that back and up and operational. Maybe that shit is dead. Maybe the mapping process isn't the way it's supposed to be. Seriously, bro. They really think Bud cares about what they say in the YouTube comments or their Twitter with their 15 followers. Hey, man, I don't have that many followers on Twitter. I don't. I'm not heavy on Twitter like a lot of these guys. I don't. I'm not, man. Aerosexuals don't be getting nothing from Spence. They be on YTC mad and telling lies. Man, they be super mad, bro. Super mad, dog. For real, they be super mad. And Terrence out here dropping tweets talking about not that far, 168, not too far out of reach. I really hope he gets the shot at Spence first. All right. Y'all hold on for a second. But you're right on that, Sean News, for real. You're right on that. They super mad about a situation they don't have no control of. And the only thing they're trying to do is to be a part of something. And they believe they can have a connection by just talking nonsense, gibberish, trash. You know what I'm saying? Making up lies. That's all. Aspersions, biased narratives. That's it. Shout out to MD Mills, man. Appreciate you for the drop. Salute to your brother. You know what I'm saying? Yes, sir. Thanks for the drop, man. And shout out to Travis Hartman, the interviewer, one of the 40 that had the special distinction of making it to the final bell and not getting knocked out by Bud. One of the 40 that had the special distinction of making it to the final bell and not getting knocked out knocked out by Bud. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Travis, man. Yes, sir. Great interview. Great interview. For real. How much of a weirdo do you have to be to continue to go hard and advocate for a dude is cool with fighting at 147? Dude has ample time to utilize the contract stipulation he didn't. Absolutely. He had ample time. He had ample time and the people around him to make sure that they make him aware that, hey, bro, let them know. You want us to let them know? He has a TEAM. If Errol Spence chose to neglect those services and resources, you know what I'm saying, to get that information passed over to Team Crawford, then what is these snotty boys talking about, man? Why do you continue to act like everything has to be put on a guy that you say was moving funny and negotiating in bad faith? You know who really moving funny is y'all. You aerosexuals, y'all the one moving funny. Y'all moving funny. Y'all are so angry. As much as you spend time on Bud and talk ill of him, wouldn't y'all be happy? Y'all are proving to everyone that no matter how you try to hurt somebody, you still hurt yourself. No matter how many lies you try to come up with, you're still hurt. You're in pain. You can't get over it. No matter how many live streams you do, how many thumbnails and how many Photoshop, y'all are still some of the most irritable boxing fans out here. You know what I'm saying? Y'all are menstrual for real. Y'all are absolutely out of control. Y'all don't have no freaking sanity. Y'all, every time I listen to y'all seem like you distraught. Man, y'all really have some mental issues going on for real. And you would think somebody who's primarily focused on their unfavorable fighter. Unfavorable. What happened to the favorable fighter? If Spence is who y'all rocking with, don't y'all find some type of joy, enlightenment? What's going on here, bro? What brings happiness to you all when you hear him? When you know that Errol Spence is out there, like, why don't y'all talk about him and get off this Bud Crawford? Because obviously, whatever information you're trying to pass, it's not making you happy. It's not bringing a smile to your face. You know what I'm saying? Alcohol is not going to bring a smile to your face. It's not. Vegas, what's good? Are the aerosexuals actually boxing fans or just casuals obsessed with Errol Spence? You know, the way they've been acting for a long time now, I'm inclined to go with the second half of that. Casual obsessed. You know what I'm saying? Obsessed. That's what I'm thinking. They're obsessed, bro. After the way Errol has handled his loss and not made excuses, I have a lot of respect for him. Look, I gained more respect for Errol Spence. I've seen him fight and take punishment before. But I've never seen him in a position where he was going in there with the fighter who people believe that he was better than. They didn't even believe that Crawford was equal or greater than Spence. You know what I'm saying? They didn't think so. They didn't think Crawford was equal or greater than Spence. They didn't think, look, this man gave you every indication and sign being above Errol Spence, in front of Errol Spence on the pound for pound list, more experience with the amount of fights that he had, knockouts. He had more knockouts than Errol Spence had wins. None of it registered. None of it, y'all. None of this shit registered, bro. None of it. All of them was absolutely numb, gullible to the stupidity and brainwashing that they were sitting up there in that sheep herd and just listening to each other. Bang, 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 bang. I hate him. I hate him. I hate him. Bang. Just going around in a circle, hating on freaking Crawford, right? None of that shit made them happy, bro. They still not happy to this day. They still not happy. They believe. They so stupid. They continue to believe. Being that all the damn rhetoric that they spoke on prior to July 29th, it didn't change a motherfucking thing. They still out here doing it. They still out here making up lies, and they won't get past it. Now they up here acting like Terrence Crawford, who they say, oh, he ain't did shit in boxing. He had influence over Errol Spence. How? That's your man's. If Errol Spence was a tough dude, why wasn't he tough in negotiations? Why did y'all feel some type of way when Errol said it was a grueling negotiation? Y'all blame Crawford for that. I gave him concessions. I made the fight. Y'all blame Crawford because you thought, oh, it's a quid pro quo. He give for you, you give for him. That's where we should be at right now. He made the fight at 47 just so you can fight. No, it's not that. Errol say, I'm coming for that effing belt. He didn't give Crawford nothing. If he wanted the belt, he had to fight who? 1 + 1 = what? 5. Yes, Errol sexual. Yeah, you can relate. It's that single mother syndrome that runs rampant with the men in our community. These dudes, they can agree to something and then wind their way out of the agreement because it's not convenient. Serrated edges. God damn. Bandages, please. God damn. Hey man, y'all be on your shit, man. Real talk. I'm glad y'all is just not, acting like little kids, just writing anything like I see all in these other chats, man. It just seems like it's daycare all over again, bro. Like it take me back years, like daycare shit, bro. Just daycare. Just really daycare. Kids running amok, just doing shit that don't make sense, man. I'm like, damn. Just be typing anything in the chat. If we could just take the aerosexuals, internet, YouTube, and other social media platforms, it would be peaceful out here. But you have to admit, right? If you're really being petty there, you want them to have all those freaking resources at their disposal, because that means they're putting in a lot more work than they need to be, and their stress level continue to peak. Oh my God. I try not to be petty. The stress level is going to continue to spike, bro. I'd rather them have the resources, continue to place all their effort and focus on Crawford and stress the fuck out, man. Because just look at it this way, and everybody in the chat. You know what I'm saying? Everybody in the chat. Look at this shit, right? Look at when you hear that the aerosexuals, they do all these live streams and they always, so mad at what Crawford's been able to do, and they haven't had any success in halting his progress, right? That's called disappointment. That's called when they shut down the live, they're thinking about their next live. They're thinking about Crawford. For real, they're thinking about what more can they say? How much negative info can they come up with? I need more. That's what they're saying. I need more. I need more. That's what I want. I need more of this. And the more that they try to find information to basically ridicule Crawford of, it doesn't change what is registered. He's still the undisputed champion, and Spence needed him to complete what he was trying to do. Spence wanted to become undisputed, and he failed at it, bro. He failed at it. So right now, man, their stress levels, bro. They blood pressure, all that shit is just through the roof, bro. It's through the roof. Whoo! I want them to have their resources, bro. Yeah, free Bomac. Shout out to free hashtag free Bomac, man. No doubt about it. Free Bomac. L still getting the crab legs down to his neck for real, man. Hey, Toby, that's all I'm saying. Maybe, Toby, I don't know how the wind is over there across the water. I know when you get too close to the water, the wind is amazing. You know, the breeze is amazing. That's why you see the sailboats and everything out there. But can you do a favor, man? Can you make about 4 or 5 paper airplanes and put some messages on them and fly them motherfuckers and see can they get the Spence? Can you try something different? I don't know if you need to put a little bit of weight on the nose of those paper planes, but just try to create something to send a message from over there, because I know it's going to get a good breeze, and it's possible it can make all the way across the water and hit land over there in DeSoto, Texas, man, land on its doorstep. Or I don't know if you do this over here. You got some carrier pigeons. Them joints has been known to fly forever. You got some old school storks over there, man. See if they're not too old, bro. We need somebody to deliver some messages and say, hey, man, get in camp so you can drop that weight. Period. Get in camp because your fan base ain't helping you out. They busy up here being nosy and trying to see what's going on with Crawford. Well, go check out the interview. You know what I'm saying? Go check out the interview, goddammit. You know what I'm saying? Weighing in with Travis Hartman. Go check out the fucking interview. Crawford said that they're in contract. If they couldn't make the weight, they have to get in touch with the party, their opposing party, and make them aware of it. And nothing was sent. He had 30 days, and we're on September 20th. Obviously, that exceeds the 30-day mark. If that was the expiration. You feel me? Shout out to Christopher on the building. What's good? W says salute to you, brother. Air was Bud, easiest bag. Easy, bro. Hey, Carlos, easy. I'm talking about EAZZZZZY. Easy. Easy. I'm easy. That was his easy bag. That was easy. You got to put the emphasis on Z like you're about to go to sleep. God damn it. They're aerosexuals wandering the wilderness of the YTC streets in a concussed and confused state. Since the T-Mobile massacre, they need to hear from their leader to tell them it'll be all okay. It'll all be okay. But that's what I'm saying, bro. Their leader is not speaking to them. Their leader is not showing any type of concern about their well-being. That's what their leader is talking about. You know what I'm saying? That's what their leader is talking about. The aerosexuals is lost because their leader is not reaching out to them or acknowledging they exist. What are we to do? Their leader is refusing to acknowledge their presence. I see you in here, 2 cents. What's good? You would think Arrow pay their bills, or is their family the way they act? You would think Arrow pay their bills, or is their family the way they act? Man, I don't know, man. I know good and damn well Arrow is not paying their bills. You know what I'm saying? They should pretty much provide him. Arrow should provide them with some Kleenex. You know what I'm saying? Something with some type of aloe, because crying. I know the area, the nose area is irritated, red, sore, all that shit. For real. I'm moving up to heavyweight. I'm lifting weights now. Y'all really gonna be mad. Yeah, I seen that tweet, man. Blunts dropped it to me. You know what I'm saying? Debbie says, I'm sure Crawford is listening to the channel. Now aerosexuals are gonna lose it. Hey, we can't do everything, bro. We can only continue to let it be known that, you know, every time I turn around, Crawford has a new freaking, message out, a new information, making his rounds on the podcast. I don't hear anything from Errol Spence. I don't hear anything. I really want Crawford to take this next fight. I really, what's better than one ass whooping, two ass whoopings when it comes to this particular scenario? Because these guys say that was Errol Spence, but it wasn't Errol Spence, bro. You know what I'm saying? Seriously. They said it wasn't him. So I want to make sure upon his return, I want the snotty boys to absolutely plan another trip out there to Vegas again. And I'm pretty sure that more shirts are gonna come out. And I dare him to bring out that Smoking Bud pack again. I want them to go up there and purchase another Errol Spence special. You know what I'm saying? Get that shirt, fold it up in your suitcase, your luggage real good, right? Take it over there to Vegas with you. And hopefully 2 times is a charm. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully 2 times is a charm, because the first time was a disaster. I'm sitting up here posted. I'm saying, go. I want to see who going live. Well, the heterosexuals said I want to see him going live. I didn't hear a peep. It was lint hitting the floor that was louder than what I heard after that fight on July 29th. I didn't hear anything. Bro. I didn't hear anything. 1 + 1 = yes to the aerosexuals. None of what mattered, because they thought he haven't fought anybody. And like Crawford said, then I guess Spence is going to be another nobody he fought. And it showed. Yeah, you was right, William. He did mention that, didn't he? I have Pete. That's why I say the hottest chat in MF and gang, because they're listening. They're routing and mapping. You know what I'm saying? They're archiving information. He did say that. He said, I guess Spence is going to be another nobody, bro. And he beat him like he was a nobody. Didn't he, 2 cents? You know what I'm saying? Didn't he? He beat that boy. He beat him bad. He beat that boy up. Jones on deck. What's good? They fall bad for Spence. Look, I don't care if they support him. I don't care about the money these fighters making. It's up to them to make that happen. But what I am not clear on is the amount of effort that is injected in pushing false narratives. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is your real life you're talking about. So if you're going to spend time on social media, and majority of your time consists on basically disseminating biased, malicious information on another human being, I would expect you to have fun doing this shit. These dudes, like I said, don't seem happy, bro. If you're happy, do it to the point where you won't be so upset when somebody drops some facts on you. Just be happy about it. You know what I'm saying? You're talking about a fighter and spreading all these lies that's not going to change anything, bro. It's not going to change anything. Damn. William say free Bomac. Yes, sir. Free Bomac. Absolutely. The aerosexuals need something to help their pride. And unfortunately, they know for a fact now it's going to be shattered again, because the fight is at 147 when the only of hope was at 154. I don't wholeheartedly agree with that last part, the slither of hope. I don't give them a slither, Carlos, because I don't put, 7 as being a dynamic that changed the game, in my opinion. Not to discredit what you saying. I'm saying in my heart of hearts, the way it looked in there, the way the massacre played out, I don't think 54 is going to change anything. All it's going to do is change what the box rec is recording that they fought at super welterweight instead of welterweight. I think the delegated ass whooping is going to be the same, bro. He's not disciplined enough. Diddy James can't out coach Bo Mack, and freaking Errol can't outthink Crawford. The game is caught up with him, bro. Right at this moment. Now, I'm not saying he's going to have the same problems at 154. But I'm saying is right here, right now, at 147, his alpha is Terrence Crawford. I'm going to say I don't believe at all that his IQ will be advanced within a short window like this. And I can't even imagine who's going to help his IQ. And look, it's a lot of people that can tell you information and try to let you know, hey, I'm glad you're sourcing me for information. Like certain people say they have mentors, you know what I'm saying? People that they talk to, and they may learn a lot from those mentors, right? But if you're unwilling to retain any of it, if you hear what that person say, but you're not listening, it's not going to make any point. I don't think Spencer's listening, bro. He loves living out of pocket, bro, but I don't think he's listening. Shout out to Boxing Gyms once again. Boxing Gyms gave a thorough, astute breakdown of Errol Spence boxing previous fights before he stepped in there with Crawford, and him in there with Crawford on July 29th. And he's pretty much doing the same discrepancies, but yet the aerosexuals up here blaming Crawford for everything. No, blame Boxing Gyms. Because obviously that brother, he is goddamn good at what he does. And right at this point in time, that video is out there, and you aerosexuals need to take a peek. Matter of fact, don't take a peek. Goddamn, you need to save that to your watch videos, goddamn it. And you need to study that bitch. And y'all need to get together and say, hey, this is what we're gonna do. We need to go over there, turn on our flashlights on my mobile phone. We need to goddamn start singing "We Are the World." Y'all need to sing "We Are the World." Any type of song to get that kumbaya together. Strengthen the unity, because y'all looking bad out here in these streets, bro. Aerosexual Spence and Diddy James need to realize styles make fight. It doesn't matter the weight. The Bud is a shot caller, 147, no fight. Get used to the B side. I don't know if you was here earlier, Samuel, but a video came out yesterday. And it's pretty damning. Let me play this video for y'all one more time. You know what I'm saying? Let me play this video for y'all one more time.
Are you thinking about doing it at the 154-pound weight class? Or are you going to stick to the rematch at 47, which is where it should be, because that's where it happened?
Well, the contract states that either one or the other got to notify, in writing that he no longer can make the weight. If not, then the fight will be at 47. So the contract states that it have to go at 47, since neither I or Errol notified each other stating that we can't make the weight anymore.
What we talking about? What we talking about? They say documentation beats conversation all the time. What we talking about? What are we talking about? No, not yet. No, not yet. Crawford ain't going nowhere until he beats Spence ass again. You know what I'm saying? Now, if Crawford chooses to go to heavyweight and y'all believe that, cool. But once again, don't let that man pull your strings so easily. He gonna stay at 147 because that's where it needs to be, because he has unfinished business at that weight class. You know what I'm saying? He has unfinished business at this weight class. For real. Blunts be on their head, man. No. It ain't gonna be a 54. They just said it in the video. Crawford said the fight's gonna be at 147. He's in fight camp. So you might want to go run that message back over there to the boxing outlet. You know, he'll kick me out the panel for no reason. And and matter of fact, I'm gonna do something for you since you're over here. 2 Cents was over there talking about the chat was on her and making her feel bad or whatever. So in the process of me trying to acknowledge your question or whatever, hey, I'm gonna do you one better. I'm going to drop the chat. I'm gonna drop the link in the chat just for 2 cents. I'm not like that dude over there. He's not all there, man. I ain't never met the dude in my life, but he kicked me off the panel for something so simple. But that go the link for you. That is just for 2 cents, bro. You had a question you was trying to ask me. Now I said, hey, let them finish because I can't hear you. And then before I know it, he kicked me off the panel. I thought he was all about the Crawford Spence freaking, war of words that have played out over social media. I thought he was all about that. And he's up here trying to prove people that the gloves and Crawford's a cheater. What about what the box recs say? I need to know what your question was. Come on, man. Talk to me. Don't be. Come on, man. Come on now. You over in my chat. You talking about my chat was sitting up here dogging you out. Come on, man. The panel is all yours. It's hospitality. Southern at that. It's hospitality. I dropped the link for you. Yes, sir. See, they won't do that over there. They won't drop the link and be cordial about it. You accuse my chat, the hottest in the MFing game, of pretty much going at you. But you be over here wanting that energy. But the link is there for you on some rapport. Like, look, on some healthy, positive shit, man. Click the link. They're 2 cents. Real talk. Because you about to ask me something in front of old boy over there. You know what I'm saying? The one that did a whole thumbnail on, black homoerotica shit. Please click the link. Please. Don't be hesitant. You know what I'm saying? Really, I know how to speak. I know how to converse. I've been living long enough to know how to carry a dialogue. It won't be a monologue. Okay, just click the link. Don't disappear. The link is there for you. William say it doesn't get any clearer than that. So what the Spence fan talking about? They need to go cry to Spence on Spence page. They do. They need to go cry to him, man. They need to bring that man back. Do you want to see your boy get KO'd again? That's what I'm saying, sir. Senior, don't cook her, man. Don't put in the grease, man. I really want her to come up here and she wanted to ask me something earlier. I was on her, her people's panel. They kicked me off. I didn't even say anything crazy. He asked me how a glove looked, and I say the glove looked the same. He didn't like. He kicked me off the panel. I ain't never seen no petty ass nigga like that. Real. I mean, you got a whole thumbnail of freaking trans freaking males talking about the rainbow, and you trying to consider them to be Bud Crawford supporters when you are emotional, brother. You are emotional, man. I've been at this for a long time, bro. You know what I'm saying? I've been through these YTC streets. Come on, 2 cents. You ain't gonna click the link. Come on, bro. That's disappointing. That's disappointing. You was trying to say that my chat was dogging you out, and then you was about to ask me a question in front of your mans, right? But here you are in my chat again, and I'm dropping the link for you to ask me the question that I didn't get a chance to stay around for, because your boy, he removed me from the freaking panel for nothing. Just because I wouldn't agree, he was trying to say that Crawford gloves at BLK Prime and the gloves that he fought Spence was freaking altered. You know what I'm saying? That's why he had as much success. His gloves was altered. That's BS, man. Come on now. Come on, man. For real. You're going to come on here just for attention and then don't click the link. But you be over there talking all this about Crawford. You be all energized, but you won't click the link over here. And you came over here just for attention. I'm going to give you a full minute, bro. I'm going to give you a full minute. I'm going to give you a full minute. Cause you're not going to be over here so-called mingling. I'm not even gonna do you like that. I'm not even gonna do you like that. I'm gonna leave you alone because there's certain people in the chat that know who you are, and they may consider you to be cool. But you made an accusation on that my chat be fucking with you, and then you call yourself about to ask me this question, whatever that may be, and I didn't get a chance to around because he kicked me off the panel. But you have absolutely fleed the scene. That's disappointing. Anyway, I'm moving on. I'm moving on off you for real. He's not going to hit the link. He just wants to troll for real, man. Like, come on, bro. Come on, man. You be over here in the chat wanting attention, and then you don't want to click the link, but you are energized over there. When you know that nigga saying some lying, he lying like it's cool. He up here making all this shit, talking about damn altered gloves and Crawford's cheating and all that. You can't change a motherfucking thing, nigga. Period. You can't do shit. You know what I'm saying? You can't do shit. Yeah, he disappeared like Arrow, man, for real, dog. But my whole point for dropping a link there, Toby, is that when I was over there, 2 Cents accused y'all of fucking with him. Y'all say, what? You'll come over here and you'll say something against the topic, and then all of a sudden it's you. I'm done, man. No, don't tell them to click the link no more. Don't tell them to click the link. But I might be back on later, man. I gotta finish this dinner. You know what I'm saying? But y'all hold it down. Appreciate y'all pulling up. And once again, shout out to the hottest chat in the MFing game. That shit won't change. A-Side official. You already know. Till next time, man. Y'all hold it down. Peace. I'm out.
Left jab, uppercut, leave you laid out on the floor. Try to duck and roll, hit and miss. Now you counting stars. Should've practiced more. Should've hit the mask, get out there more. Claim that you're the best. You gotta show me, son. Actions over words, baby boy. Is you real or what? Talking way too much, world come. Back sports, talking way too much, world come. Back sports, talking way too much, world come. Back sports.